My name's Dave Quigley. I'm 63 years old and got into coaching in the last year. From Indianapolis, and I'm a business coach because I've been an entrepreneur for many years, more than a life coach, but they do overlap, and I get into both sides with my clients. My name's Dave Quigley, and I'm from the Indianapolis area. I've spent about 25, 30 years as an executive in the medical device industry, med tech industry. And I came to coaching really from a lifestyle change. I wanted to do something different. I wanted to help others, younger generation, 20, 30 somethings, develop their careers. I wanted something that was more flexible for me. And I'm sitting in Key Largo right now and driving up to Miami. So that's it epitomizes for me at least flexibility coming from Indiana. And but it's been able to help me work with young C-level executives, 20, 30 somethings who are technically and functionally very strong in their space as a business coach, but didn't necessarily have some of those life skills to be able to work with shareholders, boards, venture capitalists, and even customers sometimes. And so to be able to give them coaching perspective, some of that business, but also a lot of that coaching perspective has been really important to me, very life-giving to me, and I know it's helped my clients. I had a misguided concept of what a coach really was before I came in. I think I thought it was sort of somewhere between Yoda and you know your grandpa who knew everything about everything and just tells you things. Um, But I came out of business after about 25, 30 years and thought that I really wanted to help really the next generation, the 20, 30, 40 somethings, make their way in a challenging, competitive, and difficult world and use coaching as that tool. Also, just provided a lot of flexibility, lifestyle flexibility. I'm actually sitting in Key Largo right now in the middle of winter and just enjoy driving up to Miami later today and just the flexibility that it allows in my life. Yeah, I have actually stopped taking in new clients for the moment because I bought another company with some friends and some people, and those directors actually asked me to go on as a president of the business. And again, this allows, if I can still coach, while I do this part-time, I get the flexibility to be able to do that. But my clients right now are typically 30 somethings, 20 somethings, 30 somethings, 40 somethings who are usually C-level in smaller startups, usually in the tech space or medical device space. And they're smart enough and experienced enough to get to the C-level in their functional capability, but they have maybe not had the decades of experience that many of the C-level people who've gotten to a top spot have in terms of like, what is a board? Who are shareholders? Why do I care? How do I operate with them? How do I do my job within that framework? And so I've just been able to help coach them in that, and it's just been really fun and challenging working with a lot of software tech executives, younger guys, 30 something, and just really have enjoyed that, being able to guide them, share, and but yet also just help them see things from a perspective and they normally would. I like this space. Sorry, pause. Yeah, I like this space of tech coaching, tech client coaching, and med tech clients. It's challenging for me. It's something I know a bit about from a professional perspective, but also allows me to grow quite a bit in my knowledge of the industry. And I think going forward, one of the things I may really look at is kind of a corporate coaching uh, clientele where we can almost do even layered levels of coaching and actually have coaches work for me in the future. It's something I heard a little bit about, studied a little bit, and would love to be able to do myself in the future. Yeah, I would like to. I love selling the coaching. I believe in it. I love selling it. But there are people who are actually really great coaches, even better than me, much better. And but sometimes they may not be as good on the sales side or the business aspects of accounting, getting paid, and all of that. And I can set that up and do that. And I would love to be able to do sort of a layered coaching approach um, to my clients that I could sell at a corporate level and have different levels of coaches and different experience levels and give them the realm to be able to operate well without worried about all of the selling the business and how for it to get paid for that, which I love doing. So, yeah, I thinking about doing that as I go. Yeah, I would say coaching is quite a bit different than I thought it was. After 30 years of business, leading in business and running and closing and opening businesses, I thought I knew what this would look like. I was wrong. Um, the coach training EDU really, in a lot of ways, was like a boot camp. It was like a reboot of everything I knew about coaching or thought about coaching. And I like mind pictures. So for me, one of the best ways to think of it is somebody gave you a jigsaw puzzle, 1,000 pieces, but they only gave you 500, and they didn't give you the cover. So you don't know exactly what it's going to look like as you're learning about coaching and you're going to do it. And you don't even have half the pieces because those are your clients' pieces. And until you get in and turn them all face up, you really begin to get a sense of what the picture is going to look like for you together with your client. And that wasn't what I expected coming into coaching, but it helped me to begin to realize this is very different. Real coaching, to coaching, real coaching is really very different, and it is not like normal business in a lot of ways. Yeah, and being 63 and being a boomer, I want to be careful um, to let people know that I think I'm a boomer that listens to the majority of the workforce, which is not us. So from that perspective, but people younger than me came through a social media environment. Social media world encourages, affirms you in speaking out, contributing, sharing, giving your opinion, talking about yourself, all of that. Most of that's not coaching. It's all about the client, and it's all about listening and not necessarily sharing. And I think that's a mindset shift that is really good for all of us, boomer and younger alike. And I think just in society, if we could do a little bit more of that and a little less talking ourselves, a little better listening, better quality listening, um, we would be much more impactful to the world. And that's really, I just think, younger generations come from that social media background and a platform and an understanding. And it's just, it's good for self-marketing and self-promotion, sharing, but it's maybe not as good in some levels of coaching, the actual coaching time. Yeah. Coaching means to me really just listening, and listening above the level one listening that we're taught in coach training, where we're listening to where we're going to share our ideas, our thoughts, our teaching, our advice, but listening to the person, not about the problem. So coaching for me really means listening, really high quality listening, not just listening to share what you're going to share next or what you're going to advise or teach or give, but to listen to the person, not the problem. Listen to what's behind the issue that they're talking and the topic they're talking about. Really to have deep listening skills and to be able to show them a different perspective than they're currently in looking at the world that makes total sense to them right now, and be able to help them to see it in a different way. I think coaching clearly has changed my ability to listen, hear well between the lines, see the person, not the problem, and to be a problem solver, leader, teacher, naturally, and encourager if I want to help people through their problems, but to really focus on the person, see where they're at. It's been a huge growth opportunity for me and growth experience. I learned two things, I think. One was to take risks. I thought I took risks at a business level, but to take a personal and emotional risk. Coaching taught that, encourages it, and you get the chance to practice it daily. I like that. I needed that. It was good for me to continue to grow in that area. I think coaching just also teaches you to learn to listen better, well, to see things from different perspectives. I've just been able to open my horizons about perspectives, hear the words that people use. It's just been huge for me in my own personal life and in business. Coach training has a tremendous set of tools, I will say, people, systems, scheduled events, um, resources. I think you really have to look carefully at what coach training does provide and go after them, use them, try them all, because a lot of them may not be intuitive why they're needed or why you'll need them. But they are all there to build a business, to keep track of your business, to grow yourself and your business, and to continue growing 101, 201, all of that. Um, I think also one of the key things I learned, because I'm 63, may not have been the average person coming into the coaching experience. The teachers, the coaches, the master coaches, so good at seeing me, seeing how my practice might be different, and helping me get to that. Not just saying, "Hey, it's got to look like this," and that was very encouraging. That was affirming, and I think that's really important part of the tools and that training. This may sound funny to some, but for me, it's been my faith. Reading scriptures. I read the Bible a lot. Read through it more than 2 dozen times, cover to cover. But what I found interesting in it is God and Jesus ask a lot of questions in the Bible. In fact, I've made a list of almost 400 or 500 questions that God asks. And if you think about it, why would the Creator of the universe ask us a question? It's to give us a different perspective, it's to teach us, it's to reveal something in us, and to reveal something about Him. Um, and I love that. It's really about coaching in a lot of ways. Great questions unlock a great perspective. And yeah, if God can ask good questions, then probably we can too. It's been a real source of encouragement, uh, life-giving support for me in life. I would like to be able to share that with others. Now, I had a lady named Miss Schlossberg, Mrs. Schlossberg, and she was a history teacher, and she doesn't know it. I tried to look her up on Facebook, but we couldn't really find her. I hope she's still well. I think that's probably the case with most teachers. They really don't know how much they impact students until much later, and the students don't know either. But she really helped me to see the world from a different perspective in terms of history, how history is written. I've been sort of a history major throughout even my business career. I'll look into a situation, and the history will teach you, how did we get here, and what's our trajectory, where are we going from here. So history can teach us a lot about where we are now and where we're going. So she taught me how to love history. I think history is so important, both in real world history, but also in life.